Hi everyone, welcome to week 3 of becoming a girl boss. Congratulations on making it this far. I think the hardest thing about being an entrepreneur and being in business for yourself is that it's really hard to be consistent. So congratulations on making it through the first 2 weeks. I know it was a challenge. I know that there's a lot of things that are a little bit uncomfortable, but I think what you'll find as you go on to week 3 and week 4 is that because you've done these things before and a lot of the tasks will be similar to things that you've done, you've gained a little bit of confidence where you're not going to be as hesitant, it's not going to be as hard, and it's going to be a lot quicker and easier for you to complete the tasks that are in this week. So let's get started with our sheet for week 3. Make sure that you print this out, put it in your binder, put it in your notebook, and keep it on hand so that you can complete your tasks wherever you are. The first section again is admin. So the first thing I want you to do is schedule out your available times for demos for April. Make sure that you have at least one time scheduled per week. One thing that's really important is that you always have something on the books so that when the opportunity arises for you to invite somebody to an event, you already have it scheduled and you have several options for them to choose from. And having them scheduled all the way out for April is going to help you set up for success when you begin April in your business. So work on getting those booked now for yourself. These are your personal demos, and work on inviting and getting guests confirmed for your first week of April if you already don't have one going for March. The next thing is to create a template Facebook group that is preloaded with albums for LIPSENSE, gloss, shadow sense, and the sets from the back of the beauty book. Now, this is a really great tool that I actually got from Katie Enos. What she does is she gets a Facebook group set up, and you're going to have to add one person. So maybe you add a friend of yours in LipSense so that you guys can just like partner together and you'll be in each person's group. You have to have 2 people in a group for you to get started. So add a friend into your group that you're doing the challenge with maybe, so that you can have those in there. And I want you to create albums for each of those categories and add a generic LipSense cover for that. The reason I want you to do this is so when you have the opportunity to do a Facebook party or you sign up a new distributor, you're gonna need to have a group for them or for the party. Now, when you have a template group already done, what I have is I have 5 template groups that are already done with these albums. So when I signed up a new distributor, all I have to do is add them to the group, and then they get to go in and change their name and change any photos that they want. But the photo albums are already set up for them. They're ready to roll and get started in business. Yes, your name is going to be the name that's posted them, but in the future, when they're ready to take on more tasks, they can go in and resubmit all those albums, but at least they have them in there ready to go. And if you have at least one, when you have somebody that says, yes, I'd love to do a Facebook group, you have it all set up, or a Facebook party, you have it all set up for them, or you have a new distributor, you say, great, let me add you to your Facebook group. This has been so helpful for me, and I wanted to teach you guys this skill. So you're just going to set up one. If you have time to set up more, do that, but these are just going to sit and wait for when you're ready to use them for a new distributor or a Facebook party. Next is to prepare 5 beauty books with post-it tabs on your 5 favorite items along with why you love them and a post-it on the front of it. So this is what mine looks like. I'm actually sending this out to somebody who's in my customer group who asked for a beauty book. And I got these little tabs. These are just little clip tabs. I got these at Walmart, and I put them on a couple of things that I like. And I got this tip from Stacy Cyphers. She puts in the sample, this has the 3 samples on the page where it has the information, but I will tell you, I stapled this first and I went through the actual packet and it started to ooze out. So just make sure if you're stapling things into your beauty books, staple along the edges that is not part of the actual pouch. So I wrote down, this is where the skincare set is, and I said I would start with one of these for skincare in case, because that's something she was asking about. The next thing I marked was the facial resurfacer, and I said this is like microderm in a jar. I marked the primer and foundation over here and talked about them and why I love them. And then I went to lips and I stapled in 2 glossy gloss samples, and then I also circled the lip balm because that's something that I love. And I don't need this post-it note, but I want you to put a post-it note on the front. There's only 4 tabs. You're going to need 5. You're going to want a post-it note on the front. So what you're going to do is keep these inside your wow bag so that when you're talking to strangers and the opportunity comes up for you to get their information, you say, great, I actually have a beauty book right here for you if you like. Let me get your name and number. So what was your name? Is that Christy with a K or with a CH? Okay, great. And is that a 714-949 area code? Oh, it's 801. Okay, 801. And the number there is... and then you take down their number, you keep the post-it note, and you hand them the beauty book. Okay, so then they have things to look at. They know kind of where to start. You have information about why you love it and why they would love it too, and you personally take their information so you can follow up with them. So you're going to do 5 of these, and you're just going to have them handy. Okay. That is your admin for the week. Next is personal development. You're going to read chapter 8 in Girl Code, then make a list of 3 people you feel envy for and identify why. Now she's going to talk about 2 different types of envy. Make sure that you're reading the chapter. You're going to identify why you have envy for them. And you're going to leave 2 uplifting and encouraging comments on their social media for each person. So it's a list of 3. You're doing 2 comments each. You should have 6 comments. Make sure you screenshot those if you're doing the challenge currently so you can turn those in. Next, you're going to read chapter 9 in Girl Code, then go to lunch, coffee, or a dessert date with a non-SENEGENCE girlfriend. So again, this is about building relationships. Again, it has to be a non-SENEGENCE person. Could be a customer, but I'm talking about non-team member, non-sponsor. It needs to be somebody who is not a distributor for SENEGENCE. Next, you're going to continue with your I am statements because they're super important to be consistent every single day. And then what I want you to do is add 1 statement that makes you uncomfortable. So you're probably going to know what that is just when I say that. What is something that you have a hard time accepting about yourself? Like people always tell you you're organized, you're organized, you're organized, and you're like, no, they have no idea what they're talking about. But they see that in you, and that might be something that you have a hard time accepting, but you need to. Or it could be that people always tell you you're beautiful, and you have a hard time accepting that. So you need to write down, I am beautiful. I want you to really sit and think, what is that one thing that you either get as a compliment a lot that's really hard for you to accept, or something that you really, really want to be, or you feel like you are, you're just not good enough at. I want you to really consider what that is. And your pots and pans, my husband's cleaning in the kitchen. Consider what that is and add that to your I am statement. I want you to get really comfortable with accepting whatever that is. And it could be something, like I said, that you don't feel like you are currently. And it might be something that's kind of big and hard for you to feel like you could ever be, but I want you to add it to your I am statement. Next, we're going to go down to social media. So the first thing on that list is create a basic LipSense application and removal video using iMovie for iPhone users, or I believe it's Viva Video for Android, and post it to your customer group. So this is not a live, you're actually creating a video in those video apps. So you're going to record the footage, go into the app and edit it, and you're going to include music and text. This is really going to stretch most of you who have never used this app. However, I do have a tutorial on how to use iMovie, and it's probably very similar for Viva Video. It's in the pinned post in the Beauty Tribe group, and it's how to edit a movie. And what I want you to do is actually talk to your customers and tell them how to apply LipSense and show them, and then talk to them and show them how to remove it. I want you to add text in there. You can add some music in the background or while you're doing the application when you're not talking. If you go to my YouTube channel, it's Elevate Beauty Co. on YouTube, and you can see kind of how I do my application videos. Your goal is to make it short, sweet, and informational. Now, when you sell a collection to a customer, you can take the URL from your video and give it to them and say, here's a video on how to apply and remove your LipSense. Let me know if you have questions. Instead of just including your tips and tricks, they can actually go back and watch and apply with you using your video. This is a very useful tool to make sure people have an amazing experience with the product. Next, you're going to use the Facebook scheduling tool to schedule at least 5 posts in your customer group page. So again, this is the same from last week. However, consistency and making this a routine is my goal. And next, you're going to go live on your personal page and share 3 things that you got out of reading Girl Code, and then ask for book recommendations. Here's my tip about going live. Number 1, tell people you're going to go live. Give your friends a 5 or 10, 15-minute warning. Number 2, get some rally people to comment when you get started. So I know that some of the girls who are doing the challenge would be happy to jump in with you. And number 3, make your video long enough that people have time to then see your notification, go find the video, and start watching and engaging. If your video is only a minute or 2 minutes long, the chances of you getting people to watch live are very slim, because there are very few people that will have that notification pop up and immediately jump on. A lot of people will be checking their phone after a minute or 2 and see that there's a notification. So if you have people commenting and talking, it helps you to start conversation and feel more comfortable so that you can make your video a little bit longer, give people time to jump in. Now we go to sales and demo. This week you guys will be so happy because I do not ask for you to take photos with strangers. I feel like by this time you guys are getting more comfortable. It's not really an issue for you to talk to people, and so I feel like that photo is no longer needed. However, I'm going to ask you to wow 3 strangers and put product or stripes on them and get contact info for each of them. So this is the ultimate goal, right? You should be able to wow and get contact info multiple times a day wherever you are. You should be able to talk to somebody, ask them questions about their life, comment them on what they're wearing, what they're doing, how they're interacting, and then segue into the product and get their information. You've got your beauty books handy so that you can put their information on a post-it. 3 strangers. Next, go live in your customer group and play Make an Ugly Color. This is my favorite thing to do in Facebook parties, and I want you to do it in your group. I want you to promote it. I want you to say, I'm going live tomorrow at this time. You can take people's suggestions for colors throughout the day and then go live and put those people into a drawing. So what I do is I have people claim colors. So maybe you post an album of like 20 colors, or the colors that you have currently as testers, and say, hey, I'm doing this challenge where I'm going to layer 3 different colors. We call it the Ugly LipSense Color Challenge. And our goal is to try and create an ugly color by layering 3 colors. What I want you to do to help me out is comment below with up to 3 colors that you want me to put into the drawing. And you're going to give away, maybe you give away a gloss, maybe you give away a beauty book, maybe you give away a packet of samples with some candy, but make it a fun challenge where people want to participate. You're going to go live, put all those names and colors into a hat or a bowl, and you can even take some live and just write it down while you're going. You're going to mix those up, draw 3 colors, and apply those colors in the order that you drew the colors. Those 3 people win a prize, you apply the colors, and you talk about how you can layer. And lo and behold, look, we were not able to make an ugly color. I've done this several times and I've never ever made an ugly color. So if you make one, let me know. So that is your live challenge. It should be really fun. The next one is to make $100 in sales. And your last challenge is to book 1 Facebook party to be held in the next 2 weeks sometime. So this should be easy. You don't have to actually go anywhere. Follow up with your customers. Maybe you're doing a challenge. I saw where somebody did a battle of the hostesses, and they took 2 or 3 hostesses, put them and their guests into one party. Whoever got the most sales got an extra prize. You can do theme parties for Easter or for spring. Get creative. Maybe you give away extra gifts. They get a gloss or a color if they reach a certain amount. Usually that's what's in the beauty book is the hostess gifts, but maybe you put in an extra something that you got at the dollar store, or a gift package, or a makeover. I don't know. But get out of the box when promoting the Facebook party opportunity, because you may be going to people who said, I'm not interested, maybe check in with me later, and you want to have a reason to be able to follow up with them. Not just, hey, I wanted to check to see if you wanted a Facebook party. I have this exclusive opportunity. I only have space for 2 hostesses. I thought of you because I know you have a really long list of things that you wanted. I know in the past you weren't interested. However, I just wanted to reach out to you one more time. You can earn up to 50% off your personal order, and I'm doing these extra gifts or incentives. Okay? Think of a different way that you can reach out to them so it's not the same thing over and over. Those are your tasks for the week. Make sure that you're scheduling out your tasks from your daily, weekly sheet. There should be additional things. You should not only be doing these, because if you're only doing these, you're still missing some of the things that you need to be doing on a daily and weekly basis. So make sure you include those in your work week. I hope you guys enjoy this week. Have fun with it. You're almost done. You're in the home stretch. So really try to enjoy it and try to build in some things and some practices in your weekly work tasks that when this challenge is over, you'll be able to continue them through and continue to see the success that you've seen this month and not make it a one-hit wonder. So congratulations again on making it this far. I look forward to seeing what you guys do this week, and have a great time. Bye.